important game?
Well, the tension is there. It's necessary to feel the pressure. Is necessary to compete these kind of games. If you are quite relaxed, nothing to do. I think everybody knows what we're going to play for. Try to focus in the target, or focus on what you have to do.
Will you say to your players, look, if we win this, obviously you haven't won the title, but you know you've done the hardest thing by beating. Will you say to your players, look, if we beat United, we beat Spurs on the weekend, we've done the hardest thing for this title defence? Will you use that as a sort of inspiration or motivation?
No, I didn't. Today we spoke a little bit what you have to do to try to do a good game, to try to beat them. Train for the players who play a lot of games in the last month and the last weeks, and not too much intense. And tomorrow we're going to make the last trainings and go more than the specifics tomorrow in the training session in the morning.
Pep, Dave McDonald from the Daily Mirror. This morning, Solskjaer has said that he's preparing his side to receive lots of fouls from your team. He said that they will, I think, snap
receive
at your
a lot of
fouls from your team towards Manchester United. He
so
said,
we are going to make faults to them?
Yes. He said that they will snap at your ankles and heels and kick you, not allow you any easy counter-attacking because there will be fouls. Now that's
Did he say that?
Yeah. And that's
with
a
75% average, or 65 or 70% average.
Similar thing. How tiring does it get for you that this thing about tactical fouling keeps being labelled at your team, you and your teams, that when oppositions try and counter-attack, you tactical foul to stop that?
I don't have any comments about that. So I never prepared a game since my 10th season as a manager. About that, the players who I had in Barcelona and Bayern Munich here, if one of the targets is about the coach press conference after the game, you can ask him again about that, so I don't know.
Hi, Pep, James from The Standard. When you came to this country with Manchester City, did you expect to have more of a challenge from United? Did you expect them to be your main challengers?
For me, United remains an incredible team. So what happened in the past, I think, of course they are. Of course. So, but you know, the last 20 or 25 years always was there, and past few years, or 3 or 4 or I don't know how many years, still not like before. That can happen in the term of long history. So always I remain, my opinion about United when we play the final of the Champions League against them, or the games we play against them in here. But people say how competitive is that league is, because it's not just United, there are other issues. And we saw yesterday these games, no? Barley is able to draw in Stamford Bridge, and Crystal Palace, when we beat them there, is able to win in Emirates when 10 games specific against United.
I think it was before this game last season that you told us.
No, definitely not. It's a play for Man United.
Hi, Pep. Ian from the Daily Mail. When David mentioned